मलाई लाग्छ झुट नबोल्ने कुरा मैले सिकेँ उहाँबाट. Went to her and grabbed those papers. च्याच्छु भनेर. She said, एक चापट दिनुभयो. She said, shut up. Put it down. This is my duty. I need to finish it.
Okay.
Do whatever you want, but excel in that. एउटा परिवारबाट एकजना मान्छे पोलिटिक्समा भए पुग्छ. त्योभन्दा बेसी चाहिन्न. Like husband is this, wife is this, छोरा is this, यस्तो ननसेन्स हो. यो गलत चिज हो. हामीले प्रमोट गर्नु हुँदैन. Hardly any doctor wanted to prescribe our product. For 3 years it was difficult. And 4th year we were profitable. First year was almost sleepless year for me. I could hardly sleep. Medicine factory ko heart bhaneko laboratory ho. हामीसँग भएको in-house laboratory हैन, dry wet laboratories भयो, यसो हो. त्यसमा हाम्रो ध्यान कहिले पनि हटाएनौं. Because of our internal reason, we have not even have a half a second strike in our factory.
Okay.
This must be an example. Maybe I have learned something from my father. Government simply doesn't know how to encourage us. Revenue oriented and you Bhansar oriented. Do you know any country where targets are given to Bhansar? That you need to raise so much of money and you get bonus? मैले जुत्ताको सोल फेरेको कतिवटा धाउँदा हुन्छ हजुर गर्दिन्छु हजुर गर्दिन्छु. No, never. Somebody said, I don't know who said it. Nepal is begging in a golden ball. Nepal is a country we shouldn't beg, but we are still begging. हाम्रो मेमोरेन्डममा के थियो गभर्नमेन्टलाई भन्दाखेरि 5 वटा कम्पनीले बनाउँछ भने र मेटेरियल मात्र इम्पोर्ट पाइन्छ भनेर गर्दिनुस् भनेको. That file must have gone to 5 ministers, some 10 secretaries, and so many bureaucrats, I don't know, and so many ministries, I don't know. This is how we work. एउटा भुइँ मान्छे त हुनु पर्यो नि त्यहाँ. जनताको कुरा बुझ्ने मान्छे. We have to develop the backbone of the industry, which is SMEs and MSMEs. Because everybody gets a share of good things or bad things of life. Because to become a billionaire, I think you need either you got to be very, very cunning, or you got to work very, very hard, and you need to grease lot many palms. म 2013 सालमा जन्मेको मान्छे हो. अध्ययन मैले सम्पूर्ण काठमाडौँमै गरेँ. मैले बीएससी पास गरेँ. र चाहिँ अब बचपन कसरी बित्यो अब 4-5 वर्षसम्म त मलाई खासै याद भएन. त्यसरी मैले बुवालाई धेरै राम्रो चिन्ने मौकै पाइनँ. अब देखेदेखि चिनेदेखि चेत आएकोदेखि मैले आमै मात्र देखेँ. र त्यसको सायद 4-5 वर्षपछि म 8-9 वर्षको पछि हामीहरू सालको एकपल्ट त्यो बेला मिन 50 को बिदा हुन्थ्यो. हामी बनारस या त गोरखपुर या त दरभंगा वहाँ जहाँ हुनुहुन्थ्यो हामी जान्थ्यौँ, भेट्थ्यौँ. सामान्य स्कुलमा पढेँ, कलेजमा अस्कलमा पढेँ, त्यसपछि त्रिचन्द्र क्याम्पसमा पढेँ. अब मेरो चाहिँ नि अब मलाई डाक्टर र इन्जिनियर बन्नेकै शौक थिएन खास. तर म I was selected, somehow I didn't go. I was selected for medicine, I didn't go. It was in 1976. मैले बीएससी पढ्दा एउटा के विचार एउटा सब्जेक्ट थियो साइटोलोजी भन्ने. I wanted to do PhD in that. Cytology, that is science of cell.
Okay.
अनि मलाई इन्ट्रेस्ट लागेको थियो. I somehow was completely focused on that. I'll do that भनेर बसेको, but accidents happen. लाइफमा accidentally एउटा टर्न ल्याउँदो रहेछ. And that accident was 32 सालको काण्ड. 32 सालको काण्डमा राजनीतिकमा लाग्यो भनेर मेरो म who was a professor at Pradhan University in economics, she was sacked. And we being a very मध्यम वर्गीय परिवार or lesser than that, and middle class भन्दा पनि perhaps less थियो होला. Her salary was maybe 500-600 rupees then. I'm talking about 32 साल, so it's about 47 years ago. And 1 year we survived. She had a bit of saving.
Yes.
We survived. And after that time I was studying BSc, I guess. And the moment I finished BSc, then need for money was there. And perhaps that is why I refused that scholarship. Because who'd run the family? That was a big problem for me, us rather. Anyway, so that accident happened, and I saw an advertisement. I applied. It was a multinational company. At that time, it was the topmost company of the world, Quest Pharmaceuticals.
Quest Pharmaceuticals.
Now it is, I mean, aajkal the merger ko zamana nahi.
Yes.
Now I think it's called Aventis. And I applied for a job of medical representative. I got it. This interview I gave in 76.
76?
Yeah, I got a call sometime in July 1977. It was a long wait for me. I didn't know what to do, what not to do. I went to RNSC for interview for junior officer. In written, I was fantastic. And they wanted to, I think they wanted to irritate me, so they were asking me all questions about Panchayat. I refused to answer all those questions. They were asking me who's the name of the Prime Minister, what's the name of Home Minister. I said, I don't know. I'm not in politics. Don't ask me these questions. Ask me about the airlines. But in spite of securing, I think, third position out of 700 people, I was thrown out.
Okay.
Thank God I was thrown out. I am very thankful to them. See, that's how it started. I started the job. Then in 82, I thought my job salary was $650 again. That's where my mother left. I started with the same salary. But those days, $650 had a lot of value. Both paisa po hunte yaar. And then I started a business of pharmaceutical retailing and distribution, and started enjoying it. And I made a retail chain. There are about 6 or 7 stores all over Kathmandu. Kathmandu those days were a very small place. Yeah, outside every hospital I had a shop. Hospital Pharma.
Hospital Pharma.
Yes. And I had a distribution called Prove International. It was doing well, but suddenly I got promoted.
In the job?
In the job.
Okay.
I was working as a medical rep. I had to work as a national country manager. Okay. So I had a bit of dilemma. I said, I didn't give up business, but I gave up my share to my friends. Okay. I cannot now.
No.
So I think that was 86, 85, 86. And after that, I again got promoted. I was some manager, regional manager, something like that. I think regional manager. It means I had to report directly to Mumbai. Then Bombay. After that, I started disliking working for others. So from 87, I started working out if I could do a pharmaceutical industry or anything else. I tried paper, recycled paper, tried in the sense went to India, found out things about it. Okay. Then I said to myself, look, the only thing that I know is selling of medicine. So why not to do that? So finally we set up a company in 87, which started production in 89.
89.
It's called Simca.
Simca.
Yeah, it's still there. Then 2-3 years down the line, things were good, sales was fine, but somehow a little bit of confrontation between partners. I said, okay, namaskar. Happily, no fights, no nothing. I said, namaskar. Well, after that, 2 years I think I did consultancy. I did consultancy for various, well, in between I got married in when? 1989? 88? 88 I think I got married in between. So by the time I started my consultancy, I had my second child. That was in 94. And then in 95, we started another company called Fleur Himalayan. It's a public limited company. Fleur Himalayan Limited. It's in Birgans. I was a partner, plus I was also marketing director. It was a Ayurvedic company. Yeah. So it was doing well, still there. And there also I didn't enjoy. My enjoyment I have never stuck more than 4-5 years in a place. So finally, 99, I was a little sick and tired. Now I'll do something else. I buy land and do kheti. My mother was still there. She died about 6 years ago. She said, "त खेती गर्नलाई बन्या हो त खेत त मैले जिन्दगीमा गरेको थाहा छैन नामै थाहा छैन मलाई घरको एउटा गमला त सम्हाल्न सक्दैनस् त खेती गर्ने यस्तै भन्नु हो So then what? Some very old friends, my schoolmates, childhood friends, 4 of them came to me. 3 of them came to me. Arey yaar, what are you doing? Don't bullshit around. Let's do a pharmaceutical. And one fellow said, a new kind. What new kind? Specialty. We will not manufacture all those alto-falto things. Cough ko dabai, big complex people. We will not sell. We will sell only oral anti-diabetics and cardiac and all those things. So I said, give me some time. That was in 99. Finally, we agreed. Okay, here we go. We started it. In 1999, we started it. Construction time lagyo. 2000. Now we are in market. Quest Pharmaceuticals Private Limited is now in the market, and it is still by the great gods, it is number 2 company in Nepal. She was a politician activist.
Okay.
2003 साल देखि.
Okay.
And my father and my mother met during one andolan.
Okay.
Okay. And attraction between them came up.
Okay.
Finally, they got married in 2010 साल. Many people do not know about Sahna Pradhan. Oh, teacher थियो. Pushpalal को wife थियो. Communist Party में स्वास्थ्य सांसद बने, राष्ट्रपति बने चलन छ नि त. Like that. त्यो भन्छ तर no. She started her political and activism भन्छ नि activism 2003 साल देखि नै she was very active. And there was a compromise between them after marriage. Okay, one fellow should look after her children and other one will continue. I think that made me strong. मलाई त पहिला थाहा हुँदैन थियो.
हजुर.
हैन अब केट हो दाल भात खान पाए खेल्न पाए सकेसम्म स्कुल जान नपरोस् जस्तो लाग्थ्यो. स्कुल चाहिँ जसरी डन्डा मारेर पनि पठाइहाल्नु हुन्थ्यो हैन. खान पाइहालेको छ खेल्न पाइहालेको छ मलाई मजै थियो अनि अलि 2-4 वर्षपछि अलि त म सायद म 4-5 क्लासमा पुगेपछि then I started hearing things like letters being censored.
Yes.
हैन मेरो बुबाले पठाउनु भएको लेटर्सहरु all open आउँथ्यो censored and unnecessary knocks in the night at home from police, unnecessary questions at 1 o'clock in the morning हैन. Then I started realize, I mean, what is this? And my mother said, look, this is this. Your father is this. He's living outside. Sometimes I used to ask my mother, who's my father? I never saw him. I saw all the children with fathers, no? Especially those who take along the And my mother said, look, you have to live on like this. One day this panchayat system will go. And things will ease. Unfortunately, she was not right. Things is even worse. Yes. Unfortunately. मलाई लाग्छ झुट नबोल्ने कुरा मैले सिकेँ उहाँबाट हैन र ट्रुथलाई सामना गर्ने सिकेँ झुट नबोल्ने सिकेँ I don't speak lie. Oh well, I do speak sometimes. Not that I don't speak lie. I do speak sometimes, but that kind of lie which doesn't harm anybody. Okay. That kind of lie sometimes I speak, otherwise I don't lie. I am truthful to everybody who's around me, my friends, my family, everybody. And conviction is another great thing that I learned. Conviction. Atmavishwas. Matlab, र अर्को एउटा पनि छ, if wrong, realize it. Say sorry. Pushpalal जस्तो मान्छे भेट्न त गाह्रै होला नि. I think it's very, very difficult. He died at the age of 54. हैन? Very humble as far as I remember. Right? I've never seen him get angry. I've never seen him shouting at anybody. Always very comforting. Well, I remember one winter, I don't know who he was shivering with cold in Banaras. What he did was, he had only jacket, which he said, okay, launus tapai. Okay. Okay. अब त्यो त कथामा सुन्ने कुराहरु मात्र भयो. So I've seen that. So I can't be him, but I've gained certain virtues from him as to what are the things that he should do in life, what are the things that he shouldn't do in life. Yeah. So I'm not at all comparable to him. Maybe I'm 1, he's 100. बत्तीस सालमा एक दिन म कलेजबाट फर्केँ घरमा मेरो दिदी was kind of weeping. अनि के भयो यसलाई अनि my mother was examination paper check गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ मेरो दिदीलाई चाहिँ के भयो किन रोइरहेको भने आमाको जागिर गयो भने अनि I was very young, very brash, very loud. So I straight away went to her and grabbed those papers. Chachu भनेर. She said, एक चापट दिनुभयो. She said, shut up, put it down. This is my duty. I need to finish it. So that's the impression I have. She was a very strict mother, but very caring and loving too. And she had most of the virtues that Pushpalal had. Okay, most of the virtues that Pushpalal had. Because she had to live in a family. Of course, we were a nuclear family then.
Yes.
But still, अब नेवारहरूको हुन्छ नि त हरेक चीजमा जन्जाल हुने competition, you know that, हैन? शादी बिहा व्रतबन्ध के भन्छ त्यहाँ competition हुने. She did everything. One thing I liked about her was she was very liberal. She never said जस्तो पढाइको कुरामा पनि she never enforced anything upon me. Do whatever you want, but excel in that. And she wanted me to become perhaps a doctor, I think.
Okay.
I did apply for one, got it. Didn't go. That's a different matter. But apart from that, I don't think. Yes, once she refused to sign my letter, I was selected for flying. When I was in ISC, and she and त्यसमा चाहिँ नि parents को agreement must थियो क्या. She refused to sign. Consent, yes, that's what. She refused to sign it. Maybe एक्लो छोरा के होला भनेर होला. सायद म त्यो गायब हुन्थेँ कि हुँदैन थिएँ कि रिटायर भइसक्यो कि अरू एक ठाउँमा छ. And she wanted me to go for MBBS studies. Then I refused. Because I have to take care of you, sister. Sister was just married then. No. And then 36 सालमा after my father's death, we briefly talked about who will join politics now. Not you, परिवारवादको कुराले हैन कि. Then I said to my mom, I'm already earning. For you to go and work back is difficult. Tuitions, doubtful. So I think you have past, you also have a future. You should join politics. She said, no, you're young blood. No. You should. हाम्रो घरमा कुरा के हुन्थ्यो भन्दा एउटा परिवारबाट एकजना मान्छे पोलिटिक्समा भए पुग्छ. त्योभन्दा बेसी चाहिन्न. Like husband is this, wife is this, छोरा is this, यस्तो ननसेन्स हो. यो गलत चीज हो. हामीले प्रमोट गर्नु हुँदैन. So I said, Mom, you go. I stay and work, support you. That's it. That's how I remember my mom. म व्यवसायी हुनुभन्दा अगाडि पनि सानो व्यवसाय गर्दै आफ्नै व्यवसाय गर्दै त्यहाँ I used to enjoy. I used to make decisions, and well, I was making little money also. I know without money, who works? Who can do anything in this world? Then it's like a golden pincher, a jagir. Report to your boss always. त्यो मलाई अहिले रिपोर्ट गर्छ नि त्यो अर्कै कुरा हो हैन. जागिर खराब भन्नु खोजे हैन. तर लिमिटेड दायरा भयो. Get up early in the morning, freshen up, tie लगाओ, ब्रेकफास्ट अलि खाऊ, दौड. साँझ आओ, दिनभरि काम गर, कहिले फिल्डमा जाऊ, कहिले गर. There's nothing. And then differences comes up with your bosses. मेरो केसमा धेरै जसो अब हाम्रो इन्डियाको बसेसहरु थियो हैन. So I did not like many things about them, you know. I mean, like when you start to boss too much, you feel it. I feel the same way. In Nepal, what was happening was, then I think there were about 20, 21 companies. Nobody was manufacturing specialty drugs. Nobody, except one, I guess. Except one. Yes. And then we thought, what is the point of being 22nd? What's our USP, unique selling point? Do we sell same cough syrup? Do we still sell same vitamin B complex? Yeah, like those, or simple ampicillin kind of antibiotics. So what is there for us to say? There's nothing. You will be among one of the 22 companies. So we thought of a strategy that we will not make any regular drugs. We'll make only critical care, like chronic disease. We'll focus ourselves on chronic disease. And we did that. And believe me, 1 year I had had sleepless nights. It was so difficult to sell it. Very difficult. तपाईं डाक्टर कहाँ जानुस्, बी कम्प्लेक्स स्वाट लेख्दिन्छ, बी कम्प्लेक्स के गर्यो नि कसलाई के थाहा हैन, कफको चाहिँ सेडेटिभ हुन्छ, त्यसले कफ कम गरिदिन्छ. ओके, तर hardly any doctor wanted to prescribe our product. I mean, doctors did not trust a Nepali company would make that kind of a drug. Okay. Well, I went to my classmates who were doctors, top doctors then, even now. I said, I requested them, okay, it's up to you to prescribe or not to prescribe. It's your business, not my business. But at least you can take a trial. I'll not tell you the name of the doctor. I was sitting at his clinic, and a fellow came. His blood pressure was measured. It was something around 210 by 130, 40 or something. Then he asked me, what is your amlodipine? I said, Mylode. He prescribed like this. And he instructed so many things like morning walk, less salt and all those things. तपाईं अब ठ्याक्क एक हप्तामा यही टाइममा हुनुहोस्, त पनि आइज, त पनि आइज. हुन्छ, I went there. His blood pressure was quite normal. अब म लेख्छु भन्नु, लेख्ने मात्र हैन यार, तेरो साथीहरुलाई पनि भन्दैन त्यो एक्सपिरियन्स के छ भनेर. So he kind of said, okay, there are, and I told him, look, if you don't trust my company, why should I trust you? Can't I go to Singapore for my treatment? I can go, afford to go. I'll go to Delhi for treatment. It's a matter of mutual trust. You being a Nepali doctor, we come to you, we get treatment from you. And why can't you give Nepali medicines? Come and see our factory. Yeah, your tin shed mata haina. There are some laws, there are some rules, so we do that. Okay, after that incident, few people started prescribing. And well, for 3 years it was difficult. And 4th year we were profitable. Okay. 1 year, first year was almost sleepless year for me. I could hardly sleep. एकातिर बैंकले छाङछाङ गरिराख्ने, प्रेसर गरिराख्ने, अर्को त्यहाँ अब सेल्स भएन, मेरो पार्टनर मतलब के भएको यो, what is happening भन्ने हैन. So what happens? You have sleepless night. So luckily I am happy now. So far so good, no problem. अहिले त पैसाको अलि crunch छ हैन. So now what I'm trying to do in Quest is, rather we, because we function as a team, now entering into newer sector. We have entered into other sector. Now we are trying to enter into anti-cancer drugs. There is already one in Nepal, and we are entering into various other specialized segments. But what we thought was, before doing all that thing, we don't have a very fine research lab, although we have a good research lab, but it is only fit for the pharmaceutical industry. Now here in Kathmandu, we are establishing it's called CRO, research lab, whatever you call it. We are making that. We have started the building process already. There what we will do is, we will try and not invent the drugs, but we'll try and formulate the newer formulations, and possibly we'll even give it to other friends in the market if they need our formulations. Yeah? We'll also do clinical researches. अहिले भर्खरै यो अध्यादेश आएको छ नि यो औषधिको अध्यादेशमा त्यसमा लेख्या त भ्याक्सिनको मात्र छ क्लिनिकल रिसर्चको लागि भनेर सो सेम थिङ विल वर्क फर अस नाउ विल बी एबल टु डु क्लिनिकल रिसर्च पहिला पनि नभएको होइन भइरहेको थियो तर त्यो बेला कानुन थिएन पहिला पनि एक दुईवटा रिसर्च क्लिनिकल रिसर्च भएको थियो यहाँ इट वाज डन भेरी क्ल्यान्डस्टाइनली एन्ड वी डिन्ट ह्याभ अ ल देन नाउ त्यो ल आएपछि हामीलाई पनि सहिलो परिरहेको छ सो नाउ I think when that project starts, which I believe in about a year's time, that will be a kind of a revolution in pharmaceutical industry in Nepal, sector in Nepal. So that's it. त्यो अलावा के हो भन्दाखेरि हामीले एउटा चीज जहिले पनि के ख्याल राख्यौं भन्दाखेरि मेडिसिन फ्याक्ट्रीको हार्ट भनेको ल्याबोरेटरी हो हामीसँग भएको इन हाउस ल्याबोरेटरी हैन ड्राई वेट ल्याबोरेटरीज भयो यो सबै हो त्यसमा हाम्रो ध्यान कहिले पनि हटाएनौं नर्मली यु क्यान स्पेन्ड लेस मनी देयर बट देन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि तपाईको प्रोडक्टको विश्वसनीयता चाहिँ शंका घेरामा पर्न सक्छ दैट इज समथिङ वी डिड अदरवाइज अरु म्यानेजमेन्टमा हामीले अलि फरक नीति अपनायौं लाइक हाम्रो ह्युमन रिसोर्स डिभिजन भनेर अगाडिदेखि राख्यौं र we also became little नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा very liberal with our employees liberal as in payments आदि इत्यादि सबैमा liberal can I tell you something in 21 years of our 22 rather years of existence because of our internal reason we have not even have a half a second strike in our factory this must be an example maybe I have learned something from my father. Benevolence is a big thing because what we understand is for any business or factory to run there are 3 P's my theory people number 1 number 2 people number 3 people machine त तपाई अर्बौंको किन ल्याउन सक्नुहुन्छ मान्छे त तपाईले कस्ता मान्छे नै कस्ता so you have to train them you have to follow their way or they have to follow my way normally it's my way they follow but then you have to keep them happy they have a gas burner to burn at their home they have to look after their kids if you take care of that why people go 5 million people go abroad because we don't create jobs we as a businessman we have stopped creating jobs we started importing a lot and importation means 1 अरबको इम्पोर्ट गर्नुभयो भने तपाईले 20 जनालाई जागिर खुवाउन सक्नुहुन्छ 1 अरबको काम यहाँ नेपालमा उद्योगहरु किसिम गर्नुभयो भने 10,000 people like जागिर खुवाउन सक्नुहुन्छ so that is simply अब यसमा गभर्नमेन्टले पनि दोष दिने ठाउँ छ तर हामीले पनि इन्भेस्ट गरेका छैनौं हामी बिस्कुट बनाउन सक्दैनौं बनाइरहेछौं सरकारले इम्पोर्ट गर्न दिइरहेछ हैन सेन्टर प्याडमा के काण्ड गर्यो सरकारले government simply doesn't know how to encourage us and we also find the simplest way पानीले आफ्नो सता आफै खोज्दै हिँड्छ भन्छ नि त्यस्तै हामी पनि त्यही जे सहिलो त्यो गरे I think we command about 6%. Well, I think we just discussed about rubber industry. That's a first of a kind rubber industry in Nepal, most advanced. There are other advanced other rubber industries, but then there is a story behind it. I mean, I was at then Chief Minister's office, and there were a group already there. They were talking some. I didn't understand much. I could hear rubber many times. They were talking. So I was not listening to them. I was waiting for my turn. In fact, it was a courtesy call, nothing else. जान पहिचानको मान्छे मुख्यमन्त्री बन्नु भएको छ विराटनगरमा थिए I said let me give a courtesy call to him भनेर बसे कुरा सुरा गरे अनि they left कुरा सुरु गरेँ ए तपाईँ केही गर्न सक्नुहुन्न रबरको रबरको आर्ट त थाहा छैन मलाई आई डोन्ट नो इभन आर्ट अफ रबर मैले यहाँ थाहा पाएँ चोप हुँदो रहेछ त्यसले रबर भनेर मैले आज थाहा पाएँ सो मबाट केही पनि अपेक्षा नगर्नु होला भने अनि देन यसरी बाहिर हुनुहुन्छ कुरा गर्नुहोस् अनि एकजना व्यक्तिको नाम लिएर उहाँसँग कुरा गर्नुहोस् एकछिन कुरा हुन्छ भने केही गर्दैन उहाँहरू चाहिँ के अब रबर खेती नगर्ने अब हामीलाई केही गरिदिनु पर्यो सरकारले अब रुखसुख काट्ने के त्यस्तै कुरा गर्न आउनुभएको छ अनि बाहिरै हुनुहुन्थ्यो म आई जस्ट केम आउट मैले फल्ना व्यक्ति को भनेर सोधेँ म सर भने ल मलाई आज बस्छु जाउँ आज झापा जाउँ मलाई रबर खेती देखाउनुहोस् एक्सप्लेन वाट इज रबर अनि नेपालको वस्तुस्थिति पुरा उहाँले त्यो दिनभरिमा बताइदिनु भयो I was supposed to come back same day in fact. So I stayed in Jhapa अनि एक दुईवटा रबर प्लान्टेसन लानुभयो अनि त्यसपछि मलाई यतिले पुगेन भने देन वी वेन्ट टु इन्डिया केरला त्यहाँ पनि घुमेँ सबै हेरेँ फर्काएँ आइसकेर ओके लेट्स डु इट भनेर अब त्यहीँ लोकल साथीहरू दुईजना थियो उहाँहरूबाट अरू मेरो महासँगकै मित्रहरू अरू दुईजना हामी पाँचजना मिलेर वी स्टार्टेड सो अहिले प्रोडक्सन फेजमा छ सो सायद few weeks from now we start selling. We are building up stocks. Basically we are making तपाईले लाउनु भएको जुत्ताको सोल यो जुत्ताको सोल यो जुत्ताको सोल सबै जुत्ताको सोल बेहुली जुत्ताको सोल बनाउँछौँ देन वी अल्सो मेक काउ म्याट भने आजकल काउ पाल्दाखेरि म्याट राख्दो रहेछ त्यो नबिजो सफा गर्न सकियोस् भने काउ म्याट्सहरू भयो देन वी डु इनसाइड अफ टायर्स यो ठुलो ट्रकका टायर्सको इनसाइड एन्ड अफ कोर्स DRC 60%, that is direct rubber content 60% of it is a liquid which is used for used as a gum in shoes and all those things. Okay. And future if everything goes well, then we like to enter into tire business. Okay. Now my other business is tire business. We import tire from India. Trading. And I also import tiles. Okay. But basically मेरो मनैदेखि अघि पनि भने जस्तो भएन मलाई मनैदेखि ट्रेडिङ गर्ने इच्छा छैन. I don't enjoy trading. Mahalakshmi Vikas Bank best finance company. Okay. And some shares. Okay. आजकल शेयर नगर्ने को छ. Well, about 35 years ago, we had a market share of about 3 or 4% from then Royal Drugs Limited, now Nepal Drug Limited. And the first Nepali company came, in fact before Royal Drug it was there, but very small. Uनीहरुको structure धेरै सानो थियो हैन. So I think after liberalization and after Bahudal, a lot of companies started to come. Still till 2000 there was hardly not significant market share, maybe 10, 12, 15. Then at that time we didn't have the data. Now we have the data. IQVI Sanstha, we have to buy the data. So we do that. And after that, I don't know why, suddenly people started coming in pharmaceuticals. Now there are about 74 pharmaceutical companies active in Nepali market. And I believe there are another 25 trying to come in. Nepali. Apart from that, we have around 300 companies from India, abroad, Bangladesh and all those places, and even Pakistan, I believe. Okay, the market at the moment, last year's data was around 6 Arab. Total size. 6 Arab market size. And we do around 55%. And we are doing about 55%. Import is about 45%. Out of that import, at the moment we can manufacture about 10 to 15% of the drugs here because it's various vaccines. Of course, we do manufacture vaccine in Nepal. Do you know Nepali started manufacturing medicines with vaccines, veterinary vaccines? Government did. Rabies को हमने 14 ठोक्थ्यो नि पहिला. Rabies को अरु के खोरेत भनेको foot and mouth disease. 2017 सालमा I think they started. But then it's not in working condition now. So, I mean, what I was saying was around 10 to 15% of the total market at the moment are technologies and size of economy. Because of size of economy and our older technology, we cannot do that in Nepal right now. 85% of the market we can serve very well, provided government takes some positive decision. What I believe is, I simply compare, there is a very simple way. When you buy a khashi before dasai, what do? Do you starve the khashi? You don't. You feed him, you feed him, you feed him, you feed him, you feed him. And the D-Day comes, then that happens. You see, industry is similar. You have to feed industry. Feed us. When you are feeding us, we are paying you 25% income tax. Okay, that's it. And we pay income tax up to 100 years. One company pays up to 100 years. So here we are revenue oriented and you are Bhansar oriented. Do you know any country where targets are given to Bhansar? That you need to raise so much of money and you get bonus? Target is given only in business. So that very mentality, I think, spoiled us. And because of that, most of our Ain Kanuns, laws are so favorable to imports. That is why we import. Otherwise, there's no fun importing. Just tell me, yeah? When we import raw material, I have to pay 5% tax and 13% VAT. I'm not talking about pharmaceutical, other. When I import finished goods, same tax. एक थप फरक गर्दै प्रभु भनेको म मासँग बसेको 15 वर्ष भइसक्यो आजसम्म सुनेकै छैन एक दुईवटा प्रोडक्टमा कतै कतै घटाइदिया छ हैन बाकी I closed one company because of this problem. I had a company called Quest Lifestyle. We lost for a few crore rupees. मैले जुत्ताको सोल फेरे होला कतिवटा धाउँदा हुन्छ हजुर गर्दिन्छु नो नेभर. अब इन्डियाबाट आउँछ त्यो पनि अन्डर इनभॉइसमा आउँछ अन्डर इनभॉइसमा पनि सेम रेट like 5% and 13%, मेरो raw material त्यति लाग्छ. And म basically under invoice नगर्ने मान्छे. I don't under invoice. I don't over invoice, I don't under invoice. Okay. This government or any government, these parties, especially 2-3 big parties, must sit down together and they should develop an economic system which will really raise our Nepal. As Nepal ma ke chaina sabai cha ni ta, but why are we poor? Somebody said, I don't know who said it, Nepal is begging in a golden ball. Nepal is a country we shouldn't beg, but we are still begging. Look, for diabetes, you don't have to look into India or any other countries. For blood pressure, you don't have to look into other countries. Yeah. For most of the heart disease, barring 1 or 2 products, you don't have to look into other countries. Our transplant ko case ma, Chinese now few companies are coming up, including myself. त्यो case ma हामी अलि पछाडी छौं. It needs a better technology. Which we have now, which we have, because जुन देशमा क्यान्सरको औषधि बनिसकेको छ अहिले त्यो देशमा त्यो टेक्नोलोजी छ. अब जस्तो न्यूरोसाइकेट्रिक we have plenty, and liver, which is the most important part of the body, for that also we don't have to depend on any importation. We simply gave about a 1 memorandum, 2-line memorandum to government, which they agreed, but Nepali bureaucracy being, I salute them, in fact. Great bureaucracy we have. Our demand was nothing. Here I tell you a small story about Bangladesh. Bangladesh pharmaceutical industry was horrible. I've seen then, I've seen now. But 83 they made a major change in their pharmaceutical act, which basically says self-reliance, देशभक्तिका कुराहरु आदि इत्यादि. तर त्यसमा एउटा कुरा के थियो भन्दाखेरि, if any product is manufactured by 2 Bangladeshi products, 0 imports. Okay, that's just now Bangladesh is one of the largest exporter of pharmaceuticals. We think Bangladesh is number 1 government. We think Bangladesh में के छ थाहा छैन, gas छ हैन. Largest revenue earner is pharmaceutical in Bangladesh. Okay, this is, and हाम्रो मेमोरेन्डममा के थियो गभर्नमेन्टलाई भन्दाखेरि 5 वटा कम्पनीले बनाउँछ भने र मेटेरियल मात्र इम्पोर्टमै छ भनेर गरिदिनुस् भनेको. That file must have gone to 5 ministers, some 10 secretaries, and so many bureaucrats, I don't know, and so many ministries, I don't know. This is how we work. Let me tell you, we cannot do a new medicine because it's a bloody costly business. One product means $1 billion. And out of that also, out of 10 molecules, 1 molecule is successful. Okay, so you could say one new product in the market is 10 billion rupees. That is why they given patent for 20 years. 20 years को patent पाउँछन्. But we being LDCs, हामीलाई त्यो patent rule छैन. Thank God. गरिब हुँदा हुँदा कहिलेकाहीँ फाइदा हुँदो रहेछ. फाइदै भयो हामीलाई. So what we do is, एउटा त हामी त्यो एउटा इन्टरनेसनल संस्था छ यो मार्केट रिसर्चको डेटा निकाल्ने IQVIA भन्ने त्यसको रिपोर्ट्स हेर्छौँ अनि हामीलाई चाहियो भने नयाँ नयाँ चिज माग्छौँ. अर्को के भन्छ हाम्रो अफिसमै हाम्रो रिसर्च टिम छ कि मार्केट रिसर्च टिम छ. And I think it's now headed by my daughter. She looks after it. And she sends her men to various places, yata uta, हैन. Then we have consultants also from India. So we collect data from them, then we select every year. It's not an every year process, it's every quarterly process. So we say, okay, these drugs needs to be trialed. हामीले चाहिँ नि यी ड्रगहरू ल्याउन आवश्यक छ. Then it is given to sales and marketing, they will put the sales. Then okay, what's the profitability? Those kind of things we do. And finally, once it is decided that we come out with this product, then we give it to R&D. And whole process takes about 2 years.
Okay.
मतलब यो बिहान तरकारी किनेर ल्याएर तरकारी पकाएको जस्तो हैन भन्नु खोजेको मैले. It takes about 2 years for the product to come in the market. We have just begun to export.
Okay.
We export to, I think, Philippines. We export to Uganda and few other African countries. Now we are trying to export to CIS countries. Russia country. Russia and USSR countries. CIS countries. We are planning to export there. But I am planning to export into regulated market. Okay. Recently, we have been picked up for PQ, that's pre-qualification for WHO. So if that happens, then we can send it to regulated market, EU market, United States market, Brazil market. These are very highly regulated market where it is so very difficult to sell products. You just can't sell it. It's not so that you sell it. So I'm trying for that. WHO recognition, I'm saying PQ select back. So there are various things that they want us to improve. So that's our target. मेरो संघ औषधि उत्पादक संघको अध्यक्ष भएँ, एकचोटि भएँ, दुईचोटि भएँ, त्यसपछि फेरि तीनचोटि भएँ हैन. मैले महासंघको सोचेको पनि थिएन, कल्पना गरेँ, मलाई इच्छा पनि थिएन. अनि मेरो एकजना पूर्व अध्यक्ष फाउन्डर अध्यक्षले मलाई बडा जबरजस्ती गरेर चाहिँ नि यो इलेक्सनको फर्म सही गराउनु. मैले नाइ दाइ म जान्न, मलाई इन्ट्रेस्ट छैन, मलाई छोड्दिनुहोस्. अब जित्यो, गयो, जित्यो. यो 15 वर्ष अगाडि कुरा हो, 16 वर्ष भयो क्या. जितेपछि मजा आउँदो रहेछ. अनि अर्को वर्षतिर म people somehow get attracted, अलि लोभी हुन्छ मान्छे भित्रबाट, कसैको देखिन्छ कसैको देखिँदैन. म I think I was in GD and I didn't know anybody, somebody recognized me. I was about to म morning walk गर्दै थिएँ. I told my family to pack it up. अब जाँदै गरौँ, नास्ता अर्डर गर्नु, म आउँछु भनेको. म morning walk गर्दै थिएँ. One fellow made, ओहो के भन्छ हाम्रो कार्यकारिणी सदस्य नमस्कार भने. मैले चिनेन. यहाँ के पर्यो, म सचिव यहाँको के यस्तै भन्नुभयो. यहाँ आउनुभयो, खबरै छैन हामीलाई. ल म त जान लागेको भए अब भ्याउँदैन होला होइन 9 साढे 9 बजी आउनुपर्छ भनेर अफिसमा गयौँ परिवारै लिएर गयौँ त्यहाँ माला सम्मान यहाँ उहाँ टिका सिका भाषण साले यो त गजबको ठाउँ रहेछ झिरिङमा आएर जिन्दगीमा पहिलोपटक झिरिङमा आएर मलाई बाटोमा देखेर भनेपछि त्यहाँबाट चस्का लाग्यो नो एभ्रिबडी लाइक्स टु बी रिकग्नाइज्ड द्याट्स अ फ्याक्ट हामी मनबाट त लोभी पापी नै हुन्छ एभ्रिबडी लाइक्स टु बी रिकग्नाइज्ड मलाई अलिक मजा आयो बिस्तारै अरू ठाउँ पनि गएँ खुब आनन्द आयो त्यसपछि द्याट्स इट त्यसपछि कसले भन्यो अब त उपाध्यक्ष बन्नुपर्छ भनिदियो बने लडेँ जितेँ त्यसपछि फेरि लडेँ हारेँ होइन अब ठिकै छ अब हारेपछि फेरि चस्का लाग्यो मेन कुरा के हो भन्दा द्याट इज इन मजाक त होइन साँचो कुरा भएको त्यही हो महासङ्घमा अहिलेसम्म अब चन्द्रजी हुँदै हुनुहुन्छ भुइँ मान्छे भनेको अध्यक्ष भएको छैन यति तपाईँ मान्नुहोस् होइन मेरो अध्यक्षहरूसँग के पनि विरोध छैन म सबलाई सम्मान गर्छु पूर्व अध्यक्षहरू तर एउटा मान्छे भन्नुहोस् जसले 600 रुपियाँको जागिरबाट करियर सुरु गर्यो सबै बाउका विरासतबाट आएका छन् मेरो विरासत अर्कै थियो म सजिलो बाटो चुन्न सक्थेँ होइन म अर्कै हैसियतमा तपाईँलाई सायद इन्टरभ्यू दिन्थेँ होला म त्यहाँ गए भए तपाईँले मेरो इन्टरभ्यू शुद्ध पनि लिनुहुन्थ्यो होला म त्यति इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्न थिएँ यो भेडाहरूको झुन्डमा एउटा अर्को भेडा हुन्थ्यो मोस्ट प्रब्ली मलाई साँच्चै भित्रदेखि इच्छा किन जाग्यो भन्दाखेरि एउटा भुइँ मान्छे त हुनु पऱ्यो नि जनताको कुरा बुझ्ने मान्छे म त्यहाँ जाने किन म जहिले पनि आफूलाई सोध्छु कि माई वाइफ अल्सो आस्क मी वाइ अनेस्टली युआर 63 तिम्रो अझ के इच्छा यो दौडी भन्छ साँच्चै मफसलका अब हाम्रो एसएमइज एमएसएमइज भनेको 70 to 80% कन्ट्रिब्युट गर्ने उनीहरू हुन्छ तर काम कसको हुन्छ भन्दा ठुल्ठुलाको काम हुन्छ वी हेभ टु डेभलप द ब्याकबोन अफ द इन्डस्ट्री विच इज एसएमइज एन्ड एमएसएमइज मेरो उद्देश्य त्यही हो त्योभन्दा बेसी के पनि होइन म त्यहाँ बन्नुपर्छ होइन म जस्तै सोच राख्ने अर्को आउँछ भने म त खुसी छोडिदिन्छु र तपाईँ गर्नुहोस् भनेर तर त्यस्ता सोच राख्ने मान्छेहरू कम छ होइन त्यसले गर्दा मात्र हो इन्सिडेन्स एउटा भनौँ म उद्योग विभागमा बसिरहेको थिएँ त्यो बेला मैले तपाईँलाई भने सिमका आई निड ए लेटर अनि एकजना सेक्सन अफिसर साहब हुनुहुन्थ्यो मलाई हेर्दै हेर्नु भएन मैले पनि सर छिटो गरिदिनुहोस् मलाई अहिले हतार छ यसो हेर्नुभयो एज इट इज नर्मल ब्युरोक्रेटले जस्तै बिहेभ गर्ने फर हिम आई वाज नो बडी ठिक छ माई मदर वाज सिटिङ 4-5 buildings as a minister of industry. I'm in विभाग अब दिउँसो बस्दा अनि मैले चिया खान छतमा चिया थियो अहिले मेरो अफिस ठ्याक्कै त्यसको अगाडि छ कि म त्यो जहिले पनि त्यही चिज सम्झेर बस्छु अनि म चिया खान गएँ माथि अनि एकजना उद्योगपति ठुलै मान्छे हो ए तिमीलाई मैले अघिदेखि देखेँ के गरेर आयो भने अनि त एउटा चिठी लिनुपर्ने अब त्यो कोसँग भन्यो त्यो थियो नि त्यहाँको नाम भन्दिनँ म तपाईँलाई ए हो र भने अनि मैले चिया खाएँ अब त्यसले काम गर्दैन होला म माथि नै जाडोको बेला थियो घाम ताप्दै बसिरहेको थिएँ अनि एकछिन आधा घन्टा 50 मिनट तल गएँ तल जाने बित्तिकै त्यो मान्छे जुरुक्क उठेर हजुर नमस्कार तपाईँले भन्नै भएन के भन्ने मैले भन्यो तपाईँ को हो भने किन भन्ने म को हो यार म त एउटा कम्पनीको डिरेक्टर हो मैले तपाईँलाई थाहा छ तपाईँ व्यस्त हुनुहुन्थ्यो मैले चुप लागेर कुरेँ अनि सर गल्ती भयो अनि उसले सर अनि चिठी तयार भयो त सर भने आई थिङ्क हिज नेम वाज उमा आई डोन्ट रिमेम्बर चिठी तयार भयो त हजुर टाइप गरेर राखिसकेँ हजुर त्यहाँ बुझिदिनु पऱ्यो भने ओके द्याट्स नेपाल आई हेभ नेभर गन टु माई मदर्स अफिस Only once I went to my mother's office was when she was foreign minister. मलाई हेर्न मन लाग्यो रहर भयो परराष्ट्र मन्त्रीको अफिस कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने होइन म खुरुखुरु एक्लै गएको थिएँ को मान्छेले के सोधे भनेपछि मैले त्यो सेक्रेटरी त म चिन्थेँ नि सेक्रेटरी नट एज इन यो सरकारी सेक्रेटरी होइन कि प्राइभेट सेक्रेटरी ऊ पनि कता गएर रहेछ होइन यसो बाहिरबाट बस्ने मान्छे हजुरको समय छ भने ए भाइ म उहाँको छोरा हो छोरी एकचोटि हेऱ्यो अनि फोन गरेँ भित्र हजुरको छोरा आउनु भएको छ अरे नाम के अरे भने उमेश पठाइदियो भने भित्र गएँ यसो हेरेँ ठुलो कोठा थियो ए यस्तै हुँदो रहेछ शीतल निवासको कुरा अनि मैले भने यस्तो यस्तो त मैसुङ पनि छ मन जस्तो लाग्यो एन्ड द्याट इज मी द्याट इज माई मदर नो आई नेभर टु मेनी पिपल से तेरो आमा त चाचाचुरी मन्त्री भइसकेको छ तँलाई के समस्या आई हेभ नेभर 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 मिसयुज I have never misused my parents' name. I do not being introduced as okay, उहाँको अर्को परिचय छ उहाँ पुष्पलाल र साहनाको छोरा भनेपछि मलाई I do not enjoy. Not that I don't respect them, but the moment they say that, I feel little uncomfortable. I don't know why. I don't like it. I'm not saying मैले achieve गरेँ त्यसले मलाई मेरै नामबाट लिनुपर्छ त्यो अब त्यो भन्नु खोजे होइन कि अब त्यो इन्ट्रोडक्सनमा कहीँ न कहीँ केही छुप्या जस्तो लाग्छ क्या मलाई अनि आई फिल लिटल अनह्याप्पी नट ह्युमिलेटेड बट आई फिल लिटल अनह्याप्पी देयर वर सम डिप्रेसिङ मोमेन्ट्स एज वेल होइन अनि आई हेभ डन मेनी रङ बिजनेसेस which I did not explain to you. I've invested in wrong place, yeah. Sometimes with wrong people. I've done that because everybody gets a share of good things or bad things of life. I think about 22 years, only good things are happening. Okay, so bad things. I think I've left a bad phase behind. Money ko kura garदाखेरि I do not want to be a billionaire, definitely not. But I don't wish to be a billionaire. I'll not deny somebody gives me $1 billion rupees. I'll definitely take it. But then I do not wish. I do not want to that. I do not want to work that hard to become a billionaire. Because to become a billionaire, I think you need either you got to be very very cunning, or you got to work very very hard, and you need to grease lot many palms. I don't want to do all these things. As simple as that. Okay. So I'm good as it is. So if I feel like retiring, in fact. जे गर्छु म क्वेस्टलाई फर्दर हाइटमा लैजान्छु अब यो रबर पनि बाई फ्लुक हो मैले अघि तपाईँ बाई डिफल्ट बाई फ्लुक वाट एभर यु सेड मेरो रबर गर्ने इच्छाले रबर गर्ने कामले गएको होइन अब त्यसमा गरिसक्यो गरिरहेको छु ठिकै छ अब केही गर्दैन मेरो आमाको जागिर नगए भए या त म डाक्टर बन्थेँ या त डाक्टर त दुवैतिरबाट डाक्टर बन्थेँ या त त्यो बोटनीको डाक्टर बन्थेँ या त मेडिकल डाक्टर बन्थेँ त्यस्तै थुप्रै कुराहरू छन् होइन अब फेलियर basically failure makes a man very determined, I think. Somebody goes down really after the failure, but failure pachi chaini, you know, I normally when I lost the last election, I think one sentence I said I remember. म हारमा आत्तिदैन म जितमा पनि आत्तिदैन हैन and your reflection is what you do or say after you lose. You are bound to lose some games in your life, and I've my fair share of losses. It makes you unhappy, but then you need to rise again. Otherwise, you are gone, finished. If you don't rise from the failure, what is left for you in life? Go to become Babaji or commit a suicide or something like that, or go mad, right? So I never wanted to go mad and become a Babaji. I think each failure made me a little more resilient. Because you learn a lot of things. ह्यापन भइसक्यो के आउँछ तब नै थाहा पाउँछ पहिले थाहा पायो भने त म त के हुन्थ्यो के हुन्थ्यो होइन समथिङ गोज रङ ओके फाइन गुड इनफ थिङ्स गो रङ यु फेल इन एक्जाम्स यु लुज इलेक्सन्स म एक ठाउँमा भनेको थिएँ म चुनावसँग एकदम डराउँदिनँ किन डराउँदिनँ म चुनावको हारमा अभ्यस्त छु भनेको थिएँ कि आई नो हाउ टु ह्यान्डल लसेस